Welcome to the mysteries of Sigiriya, the ancient sky fortress perched high above the jungles of Sri Lanka. Imagine a towering rock rising 660 feet into the sky, crowned with a palace that seems to touch the clouds. But what perplexes the mind is why and how ancient humans constructed such an awe-inspiring structure, complete with a vast body of water high above the ground. In today's video, we'll climb the steps of Sigiriya, uncover its hidden secrets, and explore the incredible engineering feats of the past. Stay tuned as we unravel how this fortress was not just a marvel of beauty but a masterpiece of ancient technology. Did you know that the stunning area, also known as Lion Rock, has a story deeply rooted in the history of Sri Lankan royalty? This tale begins in the 5th century AD, vividly chronicled in the ancient chronicles. This epic documents the saga of King Kashyapa, who ruled from 477 to 495 CE. In a dramatic twist of events, Kashyapa seized the throne from his half-brother Moggallana, setting the stage for a story of intrigue and architectural marvel. To protect himself from potential retaliation, Kasapa relocated the capital from Anuradhapura to the imposing Sigiriya rock. Perched atop a 200-meter-high granite monolith, he ordered the construction of a fortress and an opulent palace, showcasing his immense wealth and architectural vision. However, after the fall of Kasapa's dynasty, Sigiriya was abandoned, swallowed by dense forest and forgotten over time. The site remained hidden until 1831, when Major Jonathan Forbes of the 78th Highlanders, a British Army unit, rediscovered Sigiriya during a horseback expedition through the central forests of what was then Ceylon, now Sri Lanka. Stumbling upon the magnificent rock fortress and its ruins, Forbes's discoveries reignited global interest. His detailed writings and sketches brought Sigiriya back into the limelight, captivating colonial officials and scholars, and paving the way for future archaeological explorations. After Major Jonathan Forbes rediscovered Sigiriya, the archaeological focus shifted to this mysterious structure, leading to its eventual excavation. Initial studies of Sigiriya were quite disorganized, typical of early antiquarian activities in the region. However, a major turning point came in 1895 when H.C.P. Bell, the first Commissioner of Archaeology for Ceylon and a British archaeologist, took over. Bell's methodical investigations laid the foundation for understanding Sigiriya's complex layout and rich historical tapestry, shedding light on its construction and artistic achievements. As the 20th century progressed, the Department of Archaeology of Sri Lanka assumed responsibility, bringing a new level of rigor to the exploration of Sigiriya. Systematic archaeological excavations began to take shape by mid-century, gaining momentum when Sigiriya was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the 1980s. This period saw intense activities including detailed site mapping, careful excavation of the gardens, and meticulous restoration of ancient frescoes. Speaking of frescoes, the vibrant paintings on Sigiriya's western face are truly a sight to behold. Depicting celestial maidens known as Apsaras, these artworks showcased the exceptional skill of ancient Sri Lankan artists. Created with natural mineral pigments, the frescoes have withstood the test of time, their colors remaining vivid after more than 1,000 years. The creation technique, reminiscent of the fresco secco method seen in India's Ajanta caves, highlights a shared artistic tradition across the region. However, Sigiriya's frescoes have a unique stylistic flair, capturing the maidens in ethereal motion, as if floating in the air. The site's water gardens are yet another marvel unearthed through diligent excavation. These gardens reveal an intricate hydraulic system featuring pools, pavilions, and dynamically engineered fountains. This level of sophistication in water management suggests comparisons with the legendary Hanging Gardens of Babylon, illustrating that such engineering marvels were not confined to the Western world. Sigiriya's gardens were not only aesthetically pleasing but also a demonstration of advanced hydraulic technology and urban planning by ancient engineers. Then there's the mirror wall, originally so well polished that it reflected King Kasapa's image as he passed. Over centuries, this wall became a canvas for the thoughts and musings of visitors, covered in inscriptions that date back to the 6th century. These writings, ranging from poetry to personal reflections, provide a unique glimpse into the minds of ancient travelers. Similar to modern-day guest books, this tradition of leaving one's mark is a human impulse seen across cultures and epochs, evident in places as far-reaching as the pyramids of Giza, where ancient graffiti also tells stories of those who came before us. Exploring further into the architectural marvels of Sigiriya, let's uncover why this location was chosen for such an impressive fortress. The natural setting of Sigiriya offers some insights. Rising about 200 meters above the plains, the towering height of this massive rock column provided unmatched defensive advantages. This elevation not only made it difficult for potential invaders to scale, but it also offered residents a wide vantage point, allowing them to see for miles and detect any approaching threats long before they reached the fortress. The rock's steep and rugged sides further protected the fortress, making direct assaults nearly impossible without advanced siege techniques. Just above the water gardens, the boulder gardens of Sigiriya vividly illustrate how natural landscapes were skillfully incorporated into the fortress's design. This area is dotted with large, naturally occurring boulders that have been cleverly integrated into the overall layout. Winding pathways snake around these colossal stones, leading to hidden nooks and strategic lookout points. These boulders weren't just aesthetically pleasing, they played a crucial role in the fortress's defense, acting as natural barriers and fortified posts. This strategic use of natural rock formations is somewhat reminiscent of the serene rock gardens of Ryoanji in Kyoto, Japan. While both gardens feature natural stones, Sigiriya's boulder gardens were primarily designed for defense and control, whereas Ryoanji's layout aims for contemplation and aesthetic appreciation. Climbing higher, the terrace gardens marked the final stages of the ascent to Sigiriya's summit. Here, a series of staircases and pathways are carved directly into the rock face, not only facilitating access to the top but also allowing for the cultivation of gardens and the construction of small structures along the way. These terraces seamlessly integrate the sheer cliffs into the fortress's architecture, showcasing the ingenuity of ancient Sri Lankan architects who transformed a challenging environment into a livable and defensible space. This method of using terraces can be compared to the ancient Incan city of Machu Picchu, which also features gardens cut into mountainous terrain. Both Sigiriya and Machu Picchu utilize the verticality of their landscapes to enhance agriculture, habitation, and defense, demonstrating a deep understanding of how to adapt architecture to the natural environment effectively. As we've ascended through the layered terrain and lush gardens of Sigiriya, it's impossible not to marvel at its defensive capabilities, which are as impressive as its architecture. The entire fortress was safeguarded by a massive moat and towering walls. The approach to the rock itself was ingeniously designed to be narrow, funneling potential attackers into a tight space where they could be more easily repelled. Throughout the fortress, large boulders were strategically placed, ready to be rolled down on invaders, and certain staircases were cleverly designed to be easily removable or destroyed, preventing enemy progression. At the pinnacle of Sigiriya, extensive residential quarters once stood, serving as the royal abode for King Kasapa and his retinue. These buildings were robustly constructed from bricks and stones, with some walls still resiliently standing. The stone blocks used in construction, though their exact weight is unknown, are estimated to weigh several tons each, hinting at the remarkable effort that went into their assembly. To create a flat area on the summit, large amounts of rock and soil were excavated, likely requiring immense manpower and possibly even elephant power, underscoring the vast resources at King Kasapa's command. Drawing an intriguing parallel, the construction achievements of Sigiriya can be compared to those of the Inca at Machu Picchu in Peru. Both iconic sites were built in challenging locations and showcase an extraordinary ability to integrate architectural elements with the natural landscape. Machu Picchu, situated between mountain peaks and featuring agricultural terraces and planned residential areas, mirrors Sigiriya's harmonious blend of form and function within its surroundings. The immense volume of material moved and the precision of Sigiriya's construction highlight its status as a marvel of ancient urban planning and engineering. More than merely a military stronghold, Sigiriya symbolized royal authority and divine kingship, with its strategic defenses, luxurious residential quarters, and enchanting pleasure gardens all set against a backdrop of remarkable human ingenuity. This combination not only fortified the fortress physically but also enshrined it as a lasting symbol of cultural and historical significance in ancient Sri Lanka. Thank you for watching another episode of Just Discovery. If you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and press the notification bell for future updates on more exciting videos. See you next time.